Welcome to Time to Buy or Sell by Weichert Realtors, Sierra Pacific Group. Today we will be discussing the housing market in Elk Grove, CA. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to do a deep dive today, really cut through the noise, and give you the essential info on the single-family housing market right here in Elk Grove, based on all the latest data.
Yeah, and there's a lot to talk about. I think the key thing to understand is that we're charting a major transition. For years, it was just this frenetic, almost desperate market for buyers.
Total panic.
Little panic. But that's gone. The big takeaway today is that the market is finding a new, healthier balance. We're calling it the return of the buyer.
I love that, the return of the buyer.
Mm.
So let's start with the big headline everyone wants, prices. What are we seeing with home values in Elk Grove right now?
Well, the era of those aggressive, double-digit price hikes is officially over. We've seen a real stabilization. The median single-family home price is now pretty reliably sitting in the mid-600,000s. But more importantly, prices have actually corrected a bit, softening by about 3 to, say, 7% year over year.
That's a noticeable dip. So does that mean sellers are listing high and then having to come down?
That's exactly where the tension is. Sellers are still a little ambitious, listing homes with a median price around $659,000. But the median sold price is closer to $604,000. That gives us a sale-to-list ratio of about 98–99%.
So for anyone listening, that means homes are closing, on average, for 1 to 2% below the asking price.
Right, and that is pure negotiation power back in the hands of buyers, something we haven't seen in a long time.
And that negotiating power has to be tied to having more choices, right? I mean, inventory was almost non-existent for a while there.
It was microscopic. Now it's up significantly. We've seen about a 15% rise in new listings, pushing us past 500 active homes on the market. So that supply of available homes has moved to about 2 to 2.5 months. It's like shopping at a well-stocked store instead of a highly restricted boutique. You have time to look around.
And if buyers have more to browse, that has to be slowing things down for sellers. What's the new average for days on market?
The pace has slowed dramatically. Yeah. A home used to sell in, what, 2 or 3 weeks?
If that.
If that. Now you're looking at 5 to 8 weeks on average. So 37 to 54 days before a house goes pending.
That's a huge shift.
It is, and it's forcing accountability. If your house sits that long, the market is sending you a very clear message that your pricing is off. And the proof is that nearly 27% of listings have a price reduction before they sell.
Which brings us back to competition. We're not seeing dozens of offers anymore, I assume, especially with mortgage rates hovering over 7%.
That's exactly right. The heat has definitely been turned down. The average home now receives only about 2 offers before a deal is made.
So that leverage is real. Buyers can actually include contingencies again.
Absolutely. They are confidently including the standard protections, inspection, appraisal, financing, and sellers are accepting them. The era of the no contingency, sight unseen offer is truly over.
And what about sellers actually, helping to make the deal work? Are we seeing more concessions?
A huge amount.
Yeah.
It's a major lever right now. We're seeing it in 40 to 50% of all transactions.
And what does that look like?
It's sellers covering buyer closing costs or helping with a rate buydown, averaging around $9,000. It's them literally paying to get the deal across the finish line. It's the clearest sign of a market adjusting to what buyers need.
But despite all this, Elk Grove is still a really desirable place to live. The demand is still fundamentally strong because of the schools and community.
Oh, absolutely. The underlying demand is sound. People want to be here. So, the bottom line for you, whether you're buying or selling, is that realism pays off. Sellers have to price accurately from day one and expect to negotiate. And buyers, they should be prepared, but also recognize this is the best environment they've had in years to secure a home with standard protections and maybe even some financial help from the seller.
So the market has matured. It's replacing that panic with preparation, a much healthier place to be.
Thanks for listening to Time to Buy or Sell. If you have questions about neighborhoods, real estate, or schools in Elk Grove, we're here to help. Reach out to us at Weichert Realtors Sierra Pacific Group. That's Weichert Realtors online at wrspg.com